Hi everybody, and welcome back to more Dark Souls 3. Last time, we took a flight down to the Undead Settlement, the first of our many stops remaining in the land of Lothric. And we went through it and we fought a giant tree, and I died to it twice, and I feel bad about it because it's not a very hard boss, and I really shouldn't be dying to it anymore, but it happened anyway, because this is Dark Souls. It's gonna happen. Anyway, this time, we've got the next area following Undead Settlement ahead of us, but first of all, there are actually some things we can do around Firelink Shrine I would like to do. First of all, actually, this guy down here, this crestfallen dude we talked to is the very first NPC. He should have a lot more to say now, and I've neglected to talk to him, so here we go.
Ooh, yet to give in, eh? Good. The Firekeeper must be twitching with delight. But what do you really know about these Lords of Cinder? These supposed legends?
They're Lords of Cinder.
Let's take Aldrich for one. A right and proper cleric. Only he developed a habit of devouring men.
I don't know if I'd call that a habit.
So many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep. And they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance?
I'd say yes. I think we got a chance. I killed 3 bosses. Can't be that bad. So yeah, there's the backstory for Aldrich, one of the Lords of Cinder. He became a Lord of Cinder not because it was the right thing to do, but because the people who wanted him Lord of Cinder wanted to be powerful as a result. Yep, that sure sounds like society. So here are all the Lords of Cinder's thrones. That's Yorm the Giant's throne. This is the Watchers of the Abyss. What's saying it like Thor? They're also known as the Abyss Watchers. They've got a lot of swords attached to theirs. That over there is Aldrich, and then Lilith's, of course, the empty throne. Then we have this large throne up here before I talk to the guy resting aside. Holy King Lothric, last hope of his line. So, I don't know if this is supposed to be like King Lothric, but or like Prince Lothric was supposed to be the next Lord of Cinder in this cycle of the world's being. I'll talk more about this as we go, though, later on. I just wanted to point that out for now. Now, you should have something interesting to say.
Unkindled, are we? And fast on the trail of the Lords absconded? Then these red eyes are for you.
The cracked red eye orbs.
Use them to pillage embers and briefly heighten your strength for your duty. What else are unkindled ashes good for?
I suppose, well, we're good for boss killing. I'd say we're pretty good at doing that. So, cracked red eye orbs can be used if you're online to invade other players, if you want to. And you can kill them, and I think you get an ember for it that you can use to ember yourself up and grow more powerful. So, yeah, you can, like, kill someone else and steal their life essence, if you want to. You can also get embers from helping other people defeat a boss. That is another thing. And you can also get embers just by exploring the world and scavenging them for yourself. There's 2 far better, more morally correct ways to obtain embers, so I'm not sure why you'd invade. Well, there's other reasons too, but we'll get into those.
Pillage embers for briefly. What else are?
Alright, that's all he says. So he gives those to us and then just lets us off, I guess. Now, before I'm done here in Firelink Shrine, I just noticed I have only 2 souls. I was gonna, like, I guess I was gonna... I don't know what I was gonna do with those 2 souls. Clearly I can't do anything with them, though, because I don't think any shops sell anything for 2 souls, and I doubt the Firekeeper would accept only 2 souls for leveling up. So instead, let's come over to this area of of the area just outside Firelink Shrine that we've never been to before. Guy just tried to stab me off of the edge. Yeah, nice job. Didn't do a great job of it. That's right, I was going to spend souls on upgrading. I would like to upgrade this weapon before I go too far in the games, expecting me to have upgraded it, and then I'm facing really tough enemies that are dying in 25 hits because I haven't upgraded the thing at all. So yeah, before it gets to that point, I would like to upgrade it. Hopefully, you over here will drop enough souls for me to do so. This is an NPC battle. Might be our first one in the game. Not entirely sure, but these are like people who are built a lot like you, the player. You can see they have the same kind of animations, they have the same abilities, they can also dodge and use invincibility frames that way. And, okay. and they use the game's own weapons against you, so they can basically be a showcase for the various weapons in this game and what they can do for you. Oh god, oh god. They tend to be really freaking hard. Oh yeah, this isn't our first one. We fought Holy Knight Hodrick last time, who invaded us. That was very mean of him. But yeah, this guy has a katana. He's quite nuts with it, but he can be easily stun-locked because he doesn't have a lot of clothes on, so it's very easy to stagger him. Not very easy to take down his health bar despite everything. All right, I guess I have to use up the last of my Estus. I guess I'm gonna have to die to you first thing. All right. Some people have had this guy drop off the cliff for them. I don't know if I'm gonna be quite as lucky. I found that dodging away actually really helps for the for NPC enemies versus as opposed to regular enemies where it's not usually the best idea. Well, there we go. Killed him first try. Took out all my Estus flasks, but that's okay. He drops Uchi Katana, that's the weapon he was using, and he also drops his own clothes, just in case you wanted to wear them too. That's not it. It's this. I do love this description. My sixth sense warned me of danger, and I danced between flurries of blades, unscathed. But alas, my clothes went to tatters. Yeah, you escaped unscathed with your clothes in tatters. I believe that, It's not like you died and then, like, respawned and your clothes were broken or something. No, you definitely survived that encounter. We believe it. Alright. Anything else to see out here? I'm just looking if there's any items I can pick up. Otherwise, I can backtrack a little bit. There is something else around this area that we can do. Aha, there's you. Homeward Bone, okay. I don't think we can get up there for right now, and that is something I'll probably end up saving for later regardless. So yeah, I think I'm going to take a quick backtrack hike through the place. I could technically warp with bonfires, but I feel like running the whole way, just because. Actually, honestly, there's no real reason to run the whole way. Just because, like, the bonfires are... They're like, you know, there are 2 bonfires along this way, so I could just teleport to the previous one. But still, I don't know. I feel like getting the legs pumping, full of blood, preparing us for our next adventure, you know, it's like a warm-up. Something like that, I don't know. I hope it was decipherable at all, what I'm meaning here. Why are those the only lit candles on this whole stairway? Just gonna ask various questions about the environment that I'm betting I'm not supposed to ask any questions about because, you know, the developers just like, they put this stuff together and they're just like, yeah, some of this doesn't make any sense, but hey, it's a dark fantasy world. It's alright. We don't have to have it make sense. For example, we don't have to answer the question of why are there so many graves bunched together. Like, don't those graves need to have space between them to make enough room for the person being buried? Are we really just burying everyone on top of each other? That must be so uncomfortable for the dead. I mean, really, it must be. We don't know what happens if we die, but if we still, like, feel our own surroundings, the area we're in, buried underneath the ground, then that must be extremely packed. It's like a sardine can there underneath the ground. Okay, so here, in the tutorial area, there is this optional passageway with a little ominous message, turn back. You can come over and fight this straight away if you want to, but I usually tend to save it for later because it is pretty tough. This guy is an overgrown or, like, mutant crystal lizard. It is nowhere near as nice as the small variety. It is an enemy and will try to attack you. Though if you can kill it, you will get very, very good upgrade materials from it. Okay. Oh my god, route. It does that much damage. That is like almost... Actually, not even almost. More than half of our starting health bar. That's crazy. Alright. I stance broke you, I think? I think there was like an early version of the Elden Ring stance break system in this game, but I'm not really sure. I will say, I think the stance breaking system in Elden Ring added a ton of depth to the combat for that game, and was a fantastic addition. Definitely one of the best additions in that game for the combat. Because, like, Elden Ring combat is extremely varied. You've got all these different kinds of attacks that you're using all the time, and that are really useful to use. And then back in Dark Souls 3, it's just spam R1. Spam right bumper. Alright, there we go. Got a Titanite scale. So, some weapons in this game, in order to upgrade them, many of them take Titanite shards, such as this longsword right here. But there are some special weapons that are upgraded with 2 other types of Titanite. And we've got one of those, the Titanite scales. I think I actually will go teleport back to the Shronbuyer from here. The Shronbuyer. What the fuck? The Shronbuyer. Yeah, that's what this is called now. I'm not calling it anything else. We'll go back to the Shran Buyer. And, yeah. I think I finished my thought, is that some weapons are upgraded with Titanite scales instead. Oh, I already upgraded this. Okay, well, I'll upgrade it again then, I guess. Cool. We need 5 more. I'm missing 1. Fan-freaking-tastic. Gotta love it. I think I've already reinforced my Estus Flask as much as I can. I think I've already used, the Undead Bone Shard at the Bonshire. So, I guess time for us to just teleport back into Undead Settlement and keep going throughout more of the area. There is one last little optional section we haven't seen yet, and it's right towards the end. I don't know what the best bonfire to go to would be. Probably Cliff Underside. Yeah, this is useless. This is too far. This is too far. Yeah, we'll go here. And I don't think there's anything else important I'm missing early in the area. I should talk to Yoel again at some point. Get a free level up from him. Why not? He should have another one prepared by now. Speaking of level ups, I have... You know what? No, fuck this. Back to Firelink Shrine. Back to the Bonshire. Let's go get our 2 free level ups. Well, one of them's not free, but you know what I mean. So I have discovered, I actually looked at the attributes required for the weapon that I'm interested in using much later on in the game, and I found out I am extremely behind in leveling intelligence. I need to start leveling this yesterday. So here we're gonna do that. This is gonna be my main focus for a while, because honestly, dexterity does not work for said weapon. I need to level intelligence primarily, and I also need to level strength as well. So this might end up turning into a more like mid kind of level up everything and see how it works. Thankfully though, this game does offer you the ability to change your stats around later on, so I'll just be doing that if I need to. All right, you there. You should have another level for me.
I would...
Yes, draw true strength. Here we go. Now, interestingly, they've added a new stat to the screen. You see up there below the level? That says hollowing. And I have 5. I don't know what that means. I'll just go with some more vigor. Get myself above the 500 range. I believe, oh, wow, yeah, my health bar is looking really nice now. I believe the, oh, hey. You're looking a little more upright today, and I think I should talk to you before I continue.
Ah, there you are. I was thinking. You know I'm a petty thief. Well, perhaps I'll go on the prowl. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? So I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for you. Well, what do you say?
I don't mind. I've been stealing off of people all the time.
Thank you. You will not be disappointed. Grey Rat the Thief was once a well-known name until I ended up rotting in a cell.
Oh man. I'm glad I got you out of there at least. Okay, so yeah, he's offering to go prowl around the Undead Settlement, the place he is from, and look for things to pillage and sell to us. So that'll expand his inventory. It's pretty cool. There's some stuff to keep in mind about sending him out on missions like this, but that's for later. For this first one, it's totally fine. You can send him out, no matter what.
Grey Rantil.
Okay, you say the same thing there. Are you selling anything of interest to me? Okay, this is a great sword. I'm not gonna go for strictly strength this time, so I'll probably just leave this alone. I could always try this Assassin Hood, or the Thief Mask. It's not Assassin Hood. I think I'm thinking of Elden Ring. I must be, because I don't know what I'm thinking of. Sure, we'll buy it. I'll probably also buy this and wear it eventually, and hopefully I'll remember to buy the rest of the set from you, so I'll get some restock on fire bombs a bit. There we go. 11 souls, let's go.
Goodbye. I will leave for some time. So long for now. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
Well, as far as I can tell, I can stay just as safe as you need because I can never die. What was I gonna say before? Like something about vigor. It's whatnot. Oh yeah, when you are embered, you have a 30% buff to your maximum health. So whatever your maximum health is at the moment, it gets increased by 30% of what it is. So we should have like 700 something right now. 669, close enough. Because we have 515 base. I can't do the math in my head on that, so I'll just leave it there and assume that 669 is the correct amount to have with a 30% buff at this point. Because, you know, why wouldn't it be? Why would numbers lie to us like that? Why would calculators lie? Pretty sure calculators are, like, incapable of lying. I should really infuse the longsword. Like, this is... We got a lot of infusion gems last time, and I actually didn't look at most of them. And I'd like to take a look at most of them. That said, I don't know if I want to do it just yet, because, you know, I've already spent a good chunk of this video in Firelink Shrine, and I don't want to stay there for too long. Why do I have this? let me put the longsword in this slot instead. And then let me look at my upgrade gems, which are here. Okay, we got Sharp Gem. Scale effectively with dexterity, so you can, like, kind of, like, change what weapons scale with. I hear footsteps. I'm assuming that's not anywhere near me. That's not anywhere important. Refined weapons scale with both, interestingly. So I could do this. And then raw weapons, you increase the damage, but it loses all scaling effects, so your stats don't affect the damage anymore. And then this one's dexterity, and I think there's an equivalent of this for strength. I won't be going for that, but, like, I wonder if I can infuse this into the weapon I'm thinking of. Oh, we'll see. I think right now, I'll just go with what I have. Since what I have is fun enough, I auto-equipped my sword. Let me bring that back out. What, that does good. That's a lot of damage. And if I stay on this side of the bridge, those guys won't see me. They won't throw the bowls of cherries at me. That's good. Oh, man, I'm beating you down. Nice. I was still using the club, I'm pretty sure, at this point. Or some variant of the club, at least. Okay. So, the problem is, I think I will have to kill these two. You know, I just put it away, but I think here's a moment where the bow could really help, unless these two chain pull, meaning that aggroing one will aggro the other as well. Let's see if that's the case. Okay. No. Okay, good. They do not chain pull. Nice. So I can get this guy alone on this side. This is an example of some of the tactics you can have with taking out Dark Souls enemies, because the general rule of the series is fighting two enemies at the same time is something to be avoided at all costs. Like, it's really, really bad, especially in Dark Souls. Elden Ring, I don't think it's too bad. You got a lot more, like, abilities on your side there. Bloodborne isn't too bad either, from what I've seen. But in Dark Souls, yeah, fighting two enemies at the same time sucks. So, if you can, it's best to draw it one at a time. Or you can just rush in and YOLO it and hope it works. I've done that on occasion, and it's worked for me more often than it hasn't, I think. But it's also gone wrong for me quite a bit, so... Alright, let me soul arrow you. This time we will be getting more sorceries, so I'll finally be able to start expanding my sorcery repertoire very soon. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, oop. I had just barely enough stamina to dodge there. It doesn't matter how low your stamina is, as long as you have even 1 point of stamina, you can still attack or dodge. It's just that then your stamina will go into negatives and it'll take slightly longer to start, like, refilling, basically. At least start perceptibly refilling. Alright, so we've seen everywhere that is in the Undead Settlement except for what's beyond these doors. So let's go in. Dragging my headset across my head because it keeps falling backwards for some reason. I don't know. The positions I take when I play games, especially for these videos, just causes that to happen. I don't get why. Man, someone really wants to light this staircase on fire. The elevator just left without me? I thought I ordered this game without extra onions.
Oh. Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegwart of Katarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower. Whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find a way up, and that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and... Well, that doesn't get me anywhere.
This guy has to be my favorite character in this game without a doubt. I don't usually do favorite characters, but nah, I have an exception here. This guy's awesome.
This lift only with a little warming up. Eventually... No. No.
I hesitate to ask what he was thinking of doing.
Use my head and think.
I've got to use my head and think. Well there, Siegvard. You might just want to use your eyes and see what I'm about to do for you here. So we send the lift back down, hop off of it before it hits the bottom. I like how the game is kind of sort of tutorializing it here, as much as Dark Souls tends to tutorialize things at all, by like showing that you can step on an elevator and step off of it to make it go to your desired location. It's pretty cool.
This with
He doesn't seem to notice it at all. But if we write it up, he will actually see us doing it, realize what the problem is, and then, you know, do the rest from there. Alright, so yes, we have technically shown him the solution, even though he doesn't react at all, because... that's just this game. Doesn't communicate a damn thing to you. Got a soul of a nameless soldier, and now I have the exact same qualms as Siegfried down there. The arrows coming from this tower were really freaking annoying, and they almost killed me, or they may have actually killed me one of those times. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. They did kill me once, so... Can I kindly tell you to stop shooting me? Please?
Who are you? I help anytime.
I wonder how much they paid that voice actor.
I help anytime.
The giant says 2 things in the entire game, and that is it. So yeah, if you come up and talk to him before going down that road leading to the boss fight, he will actually stop shooting you, and he will help you instead. He will take out the enemies for you instead. So this is very much worth doing first. I wouldn't recommend going through that area while he's shooting at you like I did. That was, you know, not the best idea. I just wanted to do it to challenge myself personally, but yeah, this is a much better idea, coming up here and talking to him first. No other items up here, and that's all he has to say, so yeah. He gave us a young white branch. We picked up a few of these down by the area where he was shooting. What they can do for you is that you can actually use them to transform into a random prop and walk around. I would love to use these, but they come in limited supply. They're very rare, so I don't want to use them too often. As for this one, though, this one is a special one with a different description. It is not the same. And what this one is, this was given to us by the giant, and with this in our inventory, he will stop shooting you. If you were to remove it from your inventory, he would probably start shooting you again. And that young white branch can be chosen as a burial gift when you start the game. So you can actually start the game with the giant not shooting at you by default. It's pretty cool. So you can take the elevator back down. Well, Siegfried got past the elevator trick, but seems to be in some other kind of pickle. Hold on. Let's see what he's dealing with. I'm just gonna ride the Vator back up. The Levator. Whoa! Okay. We're on the platform. Cool. Hi, Lantern. I don't know what you're supposed to be indicating. Oh, you're supposed to be showing that you can drop down here. Well, unfortunately, since this whole area is so bright and washed out on my screen, that you're not really lighting up a ton. You're not really doing a whole lot of work and lighting up the place. Gotta be honest with you.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head.
Like one of those arrows.
I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
Ah, yes, you solved the riddle all by yourself. You're a genius. I mean, look at the size of your head. You have to be.
On some days, I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. Anyhow,
Oops.
do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. Now, think twice before you go down that road.
Let's see. Thinking once, thinking twice.
I could try talking some sense into him.
Yes, sure.
No, I think not. He's far too overheated.
Yeah, he's got a hot temper.
I've got to use my head and think.
This guy's amazing, man. Alright, anyway. Thinking once, thinking twice. I say let's go fight him. Why not? He might be big, but, you know, little people can be strong too, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
Okay, so now as we fight this new enemy, the demon here, Siegfried joins us in battle. And this is really helpful, because, yeah, this guy's strong. I definitely don't want to die to him, but I might die right here. Oh, no, I'm fine. Okay, we're fine. We're cool. We're good. We're good. We're about to not be cool in a second, if you catch my drift. If you know what I mean. Oh, no. Whoa! Oh, I hope I don't attract any enemies by doing this. Okay, I got underneath him. Let me soul arrow him. How about that? Okay, there's Siegfried. He does have a health bar, or so I think. But he has a lot of it. He's tanky. I don't know what he was doing there. He just stood still in place, but he's coming back to help us fight. So yeah, I think his AI broke. It didn't expect to be over there. Okay. I see. Might shut up and focus for this, because this is an important battle. I want to get out of his fucking crotch area. I don't want to be down there anymore. 61 damage. That's not bad. That's really not bad. I'm gonna pepper him with soul arrow. Yeah, there we go. I hit his head, did extra damage. We almost got him. Yes! That was nice. Team effort. For that, we get a fire gem. This is an infusion gem. Lets you infuse a weapon with fire. You'll lose scaling effects, but your weapon now deals fire damage in addition. It's kind of like having a fire grease, or not a fire grease, that's Elden Ring. Charcoal pine resin on your weapon permanently.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We Unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make.
The Siegbro.
To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine.
So yes, the Siegbro is an alcoholic drink that the people of Katarina drink for fun. It's amazing. This guy's so amazing. And I even have a new gesture from him, because, like, I love the idea that your character is so disconnected from this society that as they see people doing certain actions, they're like, oh, I should try, like, holding out my hand like this. Kind of adorable. I like it.
I'm going to have myself a little nap.
Almost humanizes your
The only thing to
characters.
do, really, after a nice toast.
And then he starts sleeping, and if you talk to him again... Let's get past all his snoring. You too can sleep as well. I don't know, it adds a nice bit of character to your otherwise totally personality-less characters. Your, you know, simple avatars that you just have to get killed repeatedly as you use them to finish a game. That's about it. Whoa, okay, you can destroy those postures by walking in them. Cool. Cut you down. Ah, pale tongue. That's not disgusting or anything. That is used for something else. Ooh, the Northern set. That's what the, that's one of the starting classes' armor. I think the Warrior, I want to say they're called? They might not be called Warrior. Okay, so the sucky thing about this is that there's quite a ways to go in this side area of the Undead Settlement. However, there is no bonfire and no quick way back over here. So if I die, I'm being sent all the way back to the outside Undead Settlement, and I'm gonna have to run all the way back here. Now, it's not the worst thing ever, but since I'm not editing any of these videos, that means you would have to watch the full run back, and yeah, I want to avoid doing it as much as possible, but might have to happen, unfortunately. It's almost like Dark Souls 1, honestly, that there's, you know, there's all this stuff over here that you have to go through without having a single bonfire or checkpoint of any kind throughout all of it. Dark Souls 1 is extremely stingy with bonfires. This game can be stingy as well, but it's certainly a lot less stingy than Dark Souls 1 was. And personally, I like that more, but, you know, I won't get into that right now. Let me grab you. Now, one of you should fall from the ceiling, right? Right? No? Okay, apparently not. Never mind. My bad, one of you should not fall from the ceiling. Don't do that. That's mean. Okay, I want to say the enemy that are up here is dogs. And more of the caged guys, right? Okay, what's over there? I have no freaking idea. The game sees something over there. I'm guessing you're not an enemy then. No, you're not. You're just a prop. Why am I being able to lock onto this guy through the wall? It's so weird. How did that not hit? There we go. Whoa, okay. Almost killed the hell out of you. There we go. Actually killed the hell out of you. Boom. Alluring skull. Okay. Those can be thrown on the ground to create a zone that enemies will go to. I haven't actually been over what those do, because I just ignore them. Okay. Now over here. You are an enemy. Let's get rid of you. Good. Good thing you didn't kick me. I have no Estus left, so if I could get an Estus from one of you, that would be real great. If not, though, I understand. I understand. You can't always give to everyone. Or go. Oh, okay. You know, you gotta put yourself over others. Sometimes. It's every person for themselves. In a world like this. Okay, so if I just take out these dogs with Soul Arrow. And I want to say as we go in here, there's a few more enemies. It's mainly these cage guys, but there are a lot of them. So, yeah, they're on the ceiling. They're going to drop down if I go to open that chest without taking care of them. So, I'm going to take care of them. And then, we're still not going to be done after that, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm almost out of FP entirely. Hopefully we'll be fine. There's just one of them now. There's a chest right there. As I've mentioned before, let me pick it up. Yes, it is opening the chest that triggers them. There's two, actually. There's two. I didn't think there'd be two. Okay, that's fine. They can throw projectiles, can't they? Maybe not all of them can. Okay, I consider myself very lucky that I didn't get hit throughout any of that. Okay, nothing but books there. And then as you can see, up there, not one, but two. Two of those evangelists having a face-to-face convo. I don't know what they're doing, but, you know, it's something, and I gotta draw one of them away. I only want to fight one of them at a time, and I think that is totally doable. Take one of you. They might chain pull, because they're standing right next to each other. No, they don't. They don't chain pull. That's very interesting. Okay, well, either way, one of them's aggro to me now, so they should follow me. I don't think enemies will lose you unless you are really far away from them. I say that, and then she loses me. Never mind. I'm wrong. Okay, fine. You want to be soul arrowed up the wazoo? I don't know if that means something bad, and I shouldn't be saying it. Okay, I got almost half your health drained from that. Can you, like, walk closer for the love of God? I'm trying to get you away from the other one. I don't want both of you doing melee attacks at the same time. That would be horrible. Honestly, I could use... She's going back! No! Don't go back! I could use one of my pine resins, honestly. I might equip them down here so I have a larger chance of using them. I want to say that the human pine resin worked really well last time I tried it on them. So yeah, let's go for it. Awesome! Incredible! I would have loved for those attacks to have, you know, hits. Why are the pieces of the table floating there? I have no idea. Why does it feel like... Okay. You'll have to, let me know if you agree with me on this, but it seems like when it comes to this game, the most rushed areas are the early ones, and the later you go into the game, the more refined the areas get in general. It feels that way to me. Like, the further you progress in the game, it feels like the more development time was spent on the areas. It's very strange, because, like, I feel like the Undead Settlement was thrown together so quickly with stuff like this happening everywhere. Though I guess maybe that kind of physics isn't unique to Undead Settlement. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so they are... Either they're weak to dark, or me applying dark is, like, just increasing my damage all across the board, and so I'm doing more damage to them in general, and it's not the dark element specifically. But yeah, there we go. I got through this whole area without dying. I consider that an improvement in my skills. Yes, we clearly can't walk underneath this board. I'm sorry. It's too low. Yeah, we're running straight into it. 100%. Alright, it's okay. There's nothing there. It's just, you know... that type of stuff can be really funny. Hey, those boxes actually look like placed properly, unlike most of the boxes in this area. You know, when they place a box in the undead settlement, there's like a 20% chance that it's placed improperly. At the top here, you get Flynn's ring. This ring is interesting. Oh yeah, I want to equip this actually, because I want to see if this will actually help. Lowering equip load increases attack. So when your equip load hits 30 or below, as in the equip load number up there, not the weight ratio, that's different. When that hits 30 or below, and as it keeps decreasing, your attack power with the weapons you have will go up. So I will actually be boosting my attack power a little bit by having it below 20 if I equip it. I guess then, in that case, let me swap out the this one for it, the blue Tearstone ring for it, so I can have a little more attack power, you know? This synergizes very well with a super dodge-heavy playstyle where you basically just take off all your stuff and use the fast rolls to dodge as quickly as possible. And yeah, this ring works really well for that. You're actually being rewarded for doing that, so could help. Okay, dropping down here. Oh yeah, because like this armor set, yeah, not very heavy. 4.2, 2.9, yeah. It's totally fine. And the stuff I have equipped isn't that... The weapons I have equipped aren't that heavy either. I'll still take off the bow just to save every little bit of weight I can. In here. I want to say... we have to jump to that wooden board across the way to land down here successfully. And I shall do so. Okay, I'm getting low on health now, but that's okay. I think I've made all the falls that I need to make. That's a very strange place to hide an item inside a box, but sure. Alright, a new armor set and a new ring. The Chloranthy ring will increase stamina recovery speed. I probably don't need that yet. I'll keep the rings I have on right now. Though, honestly, I'm not gonna need the Bloodbite ring anytime soon, I don't think. Sure, we'll put on the Chloranthy ring for now. We are starting to get a buildup of rings, which is really nice. It's always fun when you reach the point in these games where we start actually having stuff to equip, aside from the starting stuff, which in the rings case was nothing for us. Okay, then this drops you right back down to that staircase. I worry that if I drop down here, I will actually die from fall damage. So instead of that, let me teleport back to the Bonshire. I think I am going to start calling it that from now on. That was just too funny of a misspeak not to do. And we're going to level up before we go. Very well, then take. Okay, 15 intelligence. I can level something else up. How about 16 intelligence? Yeah, I really have to get started on that if I wanna use a ton of sorceries, and if I want to use this later weapon. I mean, I guess I don't have to go super ham into it, but, you know, I'm trying to think ahead. Which is something that, you know, you don't have to do in this game. At all, especially when you're new to it, because you're not going to know what you're going to be able to use. Undead Settlement. Okay. By the way, just because I'm thinking about it, I may as well say the Pale Tongue we picked up earlier, that is a Covenant reward item. I briefly mentioned Covenants last time and how they work on a basic level, but yeah, this is a Covenant item. We have to find a specific Covenant altar, and we can turn this in to get rewards. I'll be showing this off probably next video, knowing what's happening next video. Alright, I gotta fight through these guys again. Or I could run away from them, honestly. I could. I totally could. Oh yeah, and the Seek Brow we got, I want to say... okay, you know, maybe I should fight enemies instead of show off items. That would be smarter. Fuck you. That's what you get. You don't get to attack. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Alright, anyway. The Seek Brow we got, I want to say that boosts frost resistance? Yes. It's a very warm drink, so if you drink it, you know, it's like hot chocolate. You're a lot more resistant to the cold. And it also restores HP, so you know, it's another source of healing. Why don't I put that down here? Just so I don't forget to use it, because I'm totally gonna forget to use it later on. Alright, I kinda want this Evangelist out of here. She's supposed to be patrolling this lower section, but she isn't for some reason. I don't get that. I also don't get how I got that backstab so easily, but there we go. Whoa. I'm not so sure what staggered me there, but whatever you want to do, game. Wow, I'm actually doing a lot of damage with this sword. This is really fun. Okay, I think... No, I should probably... Well, now I've aggroed both of them by stepping across the bridge, so that's a bit of a problem. How about I take you all the freaking way over here, and we can hope and pray that I can beat you down in time. Maybe I can charcoal pine resin? Let me... Oh, I have it right here. Oh, no way I can get it off with him charging at me like that. Takes a while to equip a pine resin. Or to activate a pine resin, I mean. Wow, this is not going well. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time here in the Undead Settlement, but I'm afraid it may have to happen if these guys are going to put up this much of a fight. And if I'm going to be this bad. Got you. That only does, like, 19 more damage. I actually did the math on that right. I didn't expect that. Estus Flask, for perhaps? Drop me a free Estus Flask? Right, let me actually use fire on this next guy. There he is. Yeah, see, that's how long it takes to give one of these things a pine resin. All right, you throw that. Cool, thanks. Now I pine resin you! 128! Hey! That's the maximum value of a signed 8-bit integer. I remember not knowing what the hell signed and unsigned meant for the longest time, but don't worry, I learned fairly recently. I know more things about numbers now. I'm 41 minutes into this video, oh my god. Also, did I just hear a crystal lizard? Crystal lizards do make very shiny sounds, distinct shiny sounds. You can listen out for them on occasion. Or not on occasion. You could listen out for them all the time. Okay, I want to say this elevator's gonna go down right now. Yes. Okay, that's perfect, because down is where I want to go. Down is the next area. Yeah, I definitely expect these videos to be on the long side. This is unedited Dark Souls 3 gameplay, where I'm aiming to get through all of every area in one video. And these areas in this game can be quite long, so... I have no idea what this is, by the way. It's just some huge empty room. I mean, there is one purpose for huge empty rooms, a battle arena, so I guess that works, but still, it's very weird. You know what? What if I do this? What if I do this? Alright, so this guy's crazy. I'm gonna focus, honestly. Yeah, he cray-cray. He cray-cray. Staggered? Oh my god, that is the best that fight against that guy has ever gone. Holy shit, that was great. Irithyll Straight Sword. Listen, man. I love you, but I think I'm gonna pass over you this time. I want to use different stuff. I love this sword, especially at this point in the game. It does a great job. It doesn't hold up too well into endgame areas. Doesn't hold up as well as I thought it did in my first, in my my main channel playthrough. There we go. But it's so much fun just because of the frostbite it deals. And I don't think there's any other way there's no way to infuse frostbite damage onto your weapon. That said, you know, I'm sure there are plenty of other fun options I never tried using at this point, so I think I'm gonna not use the Irithyll Straight Sword for this playthrough. Sorry. I'm passing you up. I'm passing the torch to someone else. I don't know what the correct phrase is to say here. In short, I'm not using that sword anymore. There we go. We'll leave it at that. That's something that we can all understand. Okay, this is our new area. This area is not nearly as long as the Undead Settlement was, which is why I was comfortable with doing all that other stuff beforehand. I don't have any new spells to... Oh, I technically do. Well, those are miracles. I'm not equipped for miracles, but I have this, the Farron Dart. This one moves a lot faster, but deals way less damage. I'm personally not that interested in it. But, you know, I'll keep it in mind. I do have a ring to increase spell slots should I desire a second one. Okay, look at that big building. There's Lothric Castle up there where we came from on the high wall. And this is a new enemy. I call these annoying mother fluffers. Oh, fuck you. Yep, that's what they are. And they're annoying mother fluffers. One of the reasons why I think Dark Souls 3's camera sucks is that it is so woefully unprepared for enemies that move that fast. So they, like, you know, they change their vertical orientation all the time. It is like, the camera is a nightmare fighting these guys, and that's one of the main reasons why I hate them so much. Okay, that's a Shriving Stone that can remove an infusion from a weapon. If you change your mind to decide the infusion you put in your weapon sucks and you want something else. So that is at least one nice thing. There are only so many of those in the game, though, so still, be careful with your infusement decisions. Infusement? Is that a word? In your infusion decisions. There we go. Okay, we got one of those guys over there is kind of like a leader with a staff. He will call out to the others if he sees me. This back entrance goes to this guy. Yeah, if I had Irithyll Straight-Sword, thankfully I can't stun lock them to death, but if I was using Irithyll Straight-Sword, that third hit would deal Frostbite, and Frostbite does like an extra burst of damage, and that burst of damage depends on their maximum health. It actually scales, or no, it's the same amount of damage no matter what enemy you're fighting, because it takes away percentage of maximum health. And that works so well against these guys. You can like beat them down really quickly. Okay, I think what I want to do, I want to go over here. He looks ready to scream at any time. There's no way I can sneak up behind him, pretty sure, so I'm just gonna rush in and kill him before he can do anything. Nice. Okay, so that guy over there sees me, but I managed to kill this guy before he screamed. So now, I don't have to deal with him as much. That's really nice. That said, there are these two guys. I think I want to go for the one that sees me first, because he's preparing. The other guy shouldn't be too big an issue, hopefully. Oh god, I used up my stamina too much. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die now. I'm gonna die now. I'm gonna die now. Once these guys are in this form, they're insane. I don't even know. I don't even know what just happened, man. I don't even know. They're ridiculous. I hate them. Good thing they're not that common. They appear in a few areas. And every time they appear, it is just the worst. Oh, fuck you. I missed you that one time, so you got a free hit against me. Okay, you're open now, right? You actually were. Rising. And I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Like one of my cats. I have a cat who is abnormally tiny. Like... She was probably the runt of the litter, and she is so adorable. I brought her up in my main channel before, but that was, I brought up all my pets before I became an actually somewhat known channel, so, you know, most people won't know about that. Damn, I have to drink a second Estus already, and just for, like, existing in front of this guy for a second, for just a second of existing in front of him, he does, over half your health gone. Ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous. You do not see me. Listen to your breath. You're... Go. Do not scream. No. No screaming. No. At least when you guys attack, you're nowhere near as bad as the others. Oh, you gave me an Estus Flask. I big preach that, my man. Let me try Firebomb. How does this do? Alright, that's fine. Like, once you leave the first area, firebombs do significantly less for you. Hey, though, it helped. I can't deny that. Okay. Run in. I'm gonna prioritize hitting him over... Okay, that's fine. I'll take that. Okay, that went much better. I was gonna prioritize hitting him over getting my souls back because, you know, if I focus on getting my souls back, that's one less extra frame that I spend hitting him, which could make the difference. That's just the type of game this is, you know, and that's the type of enemies these are. Alright, drop down. No fall damage, thankfully, despite how sensitive it is. Then down here, pick this up, and yeah, look at this, we have another NPC battle. So this, I believe, is Maneater Mildred, a character from Dark Souls 1 who does reappear here in some form or fashion. She's got a giant butcher knife, and as you can probably guess, yeah, she eats unkindled for lunch. And probably dinner as well. Okay. Doing that. You're scraping. I think that just makes the weapon, like, restore her HP more upon successful hits. Okay. Jeez. Alright. I got myself in a situation there where, like, I had so many dodges queued. Because that's how the inputs work in this game. They are, like, buffered and queued if you spam them too much. I had so many of them prepped that, like, Okay. What the shit? How did you get your form so easily? Alright. Anyway, I had so many of them queued that, like, the game was flinging me into death, practically. That's something that's kind of annoying about this game. A lot of people complained about that in Elden Ring, which is somewhat surprising to me, because I actually don't think that game has that many issues with input buffering. I think the input buffering in Elden Ring is actually pretty good. Sorry, hiccuping. Compared to the Dark Souls games, especially compared to Dark Souls 1. Sorry, every time I bring up Dark Souls 1, I'm gonna be bringing it up in gritted teeth. I gotta be honest with you all, I do not like Dark Souls 1. I really don't. That game is just nothing but pure suffering to me, and I know that for some people that might be part of the point, but that's not what I enjoy about games. I don't enjoy suffering. I enjoy having fun. And Dark Souls 3 is a game where I can have fun. Dark Souls 1's a game that just fucking hates you. You are coming up, right? Buddy, do you have object permanence? Come on. You're an unkindled like me. You probably went mad, but, I mean, you don't look like the other hollows. You look closer to me than the hollows do. Okay. That does a lot of good. Oh my god! Why haven't I used this before? That's incredible! Yeah, as you can see, Maneater Mildred, not the best fashion sense in the world, could do a lot better. I mean, that's rich coming from me wearing this armor set right now, and who also started as a deprived. But still, you know, even for a deprived, we were at least a little more covered up than she was. Alright, the Brigand hood and set and whatnot, and then over here, actually, yes, the Twin Dagger. So this is why I wanted to level up Dexterity. I have yet to use this weapon type in Dark Souls 3, and I really wanted to give it a try in this playthrough. That's one of the things I wanted to do. Sadly, I need 18. So I guess I'll have to take a break from leveling intelligence. But yeah, when two-handed, wielder holds a blade in each hand, allowing for divergent attacks that include left-handed moves. Skill is quick step, which is kind of a dodge. I see no real reason to use the dodge, but it is there. These paired daggers are the preferred weapons of the brigands of a distant land. Cool. Yeah, so if I get... That's not what I... Fuck! I wasted that. I wanted to scroll to this screen. Oh, whatever. Well, let's get some use out of it. Anyway, if I level up Dexterity 3 more times, then I could use that. I could try that out. Okay. I would need to get my money's worth out of that. My item's worth. Ha! 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 Alright, I consider that a pretty good use of a human pine resin. Titanite shards. So if you're wondering why, the thing that applies dark damage to weapons is called human pine resin. That's because in this universe, humans have something known as the Dark Soul inside of them, and that's where the game's name comes from. It's basically, this game's name is basically humans. That's literally what it's called. At least when you think about the lore. Anyway, yeah, so we have something in us called the Dark Soul. Something of, like, unknown power that stems from the dark. I don't know much more about it other than, you know, the dark is powerful in some way. Again, I'll talk more about this when we get more into story discussion. For now, I'm gonna die. Because this was a horrible plan. That guy's breathing poison at me. If that meter fills up, I'll be poisoned, and I'll start losing health over time, which is kind of the least of my concerns right now. Heal, please. Oh my god, I keep spamming the buttons. No! Come on! You have got full health. I want to kill that one. I'm gonna die here. I didn't even know I had a drink. Okay. Kill you! Okay. One's a lot better to focus on. Oh my god. Yes, I better get an Estus Flask from that. That was horrible. That was horrendous. That was the worst combat experience I've had so far. I don't hate a lot of enemies in Dark Souls 3. Even some certain later ones that I ripped on a lot in my first playthrough, in my main channel playthrough of this game. There are some, like, really late game enemies that I did not like, and I expressed my... I don't know, I don't have the words today. My thesaurus levels are at 0% today. Anyway, yeah, I expressed my disdain for them. There we go. That's something I can use at least. Secret passageway down here. I think there are dogs down here, so I'll be prepared with a spell to catch them off guard. Okay, here we go. Anyway, yeah. There are some late game enemies that I did not like on my main channel playthrough, but I've actually kind of warmed up to them. I like them a lot more now. So I think I can say this without too much doubt. Those gray guys are my least favorite Dark Souls 3 enemy. I fucking hate them. I would rather never fight them ever again, but I know that there are plenty more of them throughout the rest of the game. Okay, so we have a dog here. This one, interestingly, has like some kind of weird growth on its belly. It makes it a lot slower and less effective at attacking you. Which I'm thankful for, because dogs are up there in terms of least favorite enemies. Thankfully, these two died pretty quick. But yeah, this one is like... I don't know what that is. Did it eat too much? Did something grow on it? Is that a parasite? Was it pregnant, perhaps? That's a possibility. Morn's Ring. We're getting rings left and right down here. This boosts miracles. I will not have much use for that because I'm not planning to use miracles in this playthrough. I would like to try a miracle playthrough, but, you know. Maybe I can... Okay. I had a thought. And my thought is that this second run of Dark Souls 3 might go beyond a second run. And that is, I might include like a New Game Plus playthrough. I might include a New Game Plus run as a part of this series. Oh, okay, there's usually a guy up here, one of the gray feathery guys that attacks you, but he seems to have been aggroed by, by the chaos happening down here, so yeah, we've already taken care of him. Nice. I'm glad for that. It means I'm all done. We also picked up a Braille Divine Tome of Karim. We can give this to Irina, I believe her name is, right? Give to a storyteller, whoever that was we saved from the cell. Pretty sure it's Irina. Is it? I'm getting confused because, like, I know there's an NPC in Elden Ring named Irina, and I'm wondering if I'm just thinking of her, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, Irina of Karim. Yeah, her. You know, the miracle seller, and she'll teach new miracles. But we can do that another time. For now, let me take a well-deserved rest, and then let's talk to these two. These two actually friendly people for once. Let's start with you. This is the most random Covenant acquisition in the entire game. I have no idea why this is here, but there it is. Okay, thank you for the Blue Sentinels Covenant, buddy. I don't know if you gave it to me. I don't know where I got it from. Thank you, though, I guess.
Oh, hello. How do you do? I'm Anri of Astora, unkindled like you. This is Horace, a friend and traveling companion. Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We're well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the Undead Legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep. We seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way.
Separate ways? Was that a Resident Evil 4 reference? No.
Oh, yes. Horace. He's not very talkative, but don't think ill of him. He is an upstanding, kind-hearted knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey. Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago.
That's at least nice. He at least gave me a covenant, so yeah, I can tell he's not all bad.
We are well along the road.
Okay, they say the same thing. Let me actually talk more about the covenants as I make my way back to Firelink Shrine. So I can, you know, take a little break, level up, maybe give the Braille Tome to Irina, perhaps even draw out another true strength from Yoel. That might be useful. A dung pie, wow, that's interesting. Hey, there's actually someone new to talk to here. We'll talk to her last, probably.
Welcome home.
Welcome home, speak your heart's desire. My heart's desire is for you to level me the frick up. Alright, let's get you, because I would like to use Twin Blades eventually. Can't have another level because it now costs 4,000. Then I can go give the Divine Tome to you. I just realized these people are going to have dialogue and things to say, so I can't actually talk about this while I'm doing this. There we go.
Oh, you've brought me a Braille Divine Tome. Now I can tell new tales of miracles. Tales of the greater miracles can be quite the epics. What fun we will have.
Alright, what do you unlock again? That is med heal, I guess, as well as force, I think, was unlocked. I guess I'll buy some of them just to add them to my collection, even though I'm not going to use them.
You know,
Okay, she says this all the time, no matter what.
Have a pleasant, I pray.
Thank you very much. Okay, covenants. Let's get... Let's get into covenants. Okay, so I've already mentioned that the Way of Blue, if you're invaded by an online player, not by an NPC though, people known as the Blue Sentinels, other players known as the Blue Sentinels will join you to help you fight off the invader. And yes, the Blue Sentinels covenant we just obtained allows you to become one of those Blue Sentinels. If you have this covenant equipped and you're online, you will be occasionally brought into someone's game to help them fight off an invader. Pretty cool. Warriors of Sunlight are working together to help people progress through the game, basically. You can help someone fight a boss of an area, and this covenant is supposed to encourage that, giving you a special reward if you do it while assigned to your while you are assigned to this covenant. Somewhat similarly for the invading side of things, for players who invade you, the Mound Makers will reward you for invading another player. Though they're a little bit strange, as you can actually invade people in two different ways. You can choose to lay down a summon sign and allow the other player to willingly summon you in their game, even though they are warned ahead of time that you want to kill them. And if you're summoned this way, the enemies in their game will attack you, whereas normally they don't. I don't know why you would choose to do that, but the option's there. And yes, if you kill the host, is like, you invade the world of a host of embers, I think they're known as. If you manage to successfully kill them, Grey Rat's still off on his pillage, then normally you just get an ember. But with that covenant, you also get their special covenant item that you can turn into the altar where you fought Cursor out of Greatwood. That's how the covenants work in this game. So I'll be exploiting every covenant we pick up from this point onwards, like so. Anyway, I can draw True Strength again. Nice. How about some endurance for the road? Get that cardio up. So, to explain a little system that's happening here. Whenever I'm drawing out True Strength, this Dark Sigil... Shut up. This Dark Sigil appears in your inventory, and I have 3 of them now because I've drawn out True Strength 3 times. Now, whenever I die, my hollowing stat over to the right will increase by the number of Dark Sigils I possess on me. So whenever I die, my hollowing will go up by 3. And when your hollowing reaches certain levels, Yoel will have a new True Strength to draw out from within you. So you actually have to die in order to, progress things with him. Once you get to 15 hollowing, that is the maximum you can get, and then you can grab every draw True Strength and, complete that whole thing. Nothing happens if you go any higher than 15 hollowing. Something special happens at 15 hollowing, but nothing else special happens when you go higher than that. It can go all the way up to 99, but nothing happens. So, you should have some more to say, right?
At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path still runs below the tower in the undead settlement. It was used to transport sacrifices to the Cathedral of the Deep. You should see where it leads, if you've the stones for it.
I got the stones for it right here, I guess. Alright, I would also like to check in with you.
Well, hasn't it been some...
Yeah, so what's supposed to happen here is...
The ring finger.
I'll explain after.
Remember me? I slipped you those red eyes some time ago. You're making quite an effort of it, so I thought you might like to know. If you yearn for a proper red-eye orb, one that is uncracked, then kill the Dark Wraith, survivor of the land swallowed by darkness. He has been a prisoner for many ages in the deepest cell in all Lothric.
It's not the deepest cell in Lothric. There's quite a few deeper cells in Lothric than that, but I guess it's close enough.
I can see it in your eyes. If you didn't invade, didn't pillage, whatever would you do?
That is understandable, but I have no interest in invading anyone, sorry. You read my eyes wrong. Come on, become a better eye reader next time. Okay, so what's supposed to happen there is... Oh, right, there's you to talk to. That guy, Leonard, appears after you progress a ways into High Wall of Lothric, and then you're supposed to find him, talk to him, he'll give you the cracked red eye orbs, and then disappear for a while. Then after you progress, as far as I have through Road of Sacrifices, he'll reappear in Firelink Shrine, and then he'll give you the lift chamber key that we just got. I The surviving dark wraith from the land swallowed by darkness is said to be held there. We'll do that some other time.
You're an unkindled, aren't you? I am Cirrus, of the Sunless Realms, former servant of the divinity. Duties we each bear, but one's duty is a solitary affair. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
What she said there in the middle that I skipped over so rudely was, I doubt we have much to gain from fraternization, that is, making friends.
I doubt we
Fair
have
enough.
much to gain from fraternization.
There it is.
Blessing of-
The reason why I keep accidentally skipping dialogue like that is because some of these people keep, like, pausing after their sentence is done, and you're sitting there for a solid second or two waiting for the dialogue to progress, and so I've been trying to skip past that to make it move a little quicker. Sometimes, though, not every individual voice line is that long, and so whenever they aren't that long, they progress without me doing it, and then I press the button and it skips it, so, yeah. Sorry about that, it's just... I don't know the timings of all the dialogue in this game. Okay, so, I gotta be honest, up until now, Road of Sacrifices has been thoroughly uninteresting, but down here is where it gets a lot better. The Crucifixion Woods is a really neat area. I'm very excited for it. A really neat part of the Road of Sacrifices. That said, though, I have to say, one of my biggest qualms with this area... The graphics, or I guess not really the graphics. The graphics are fine. In fact, I think graphics is where this game is really good. Visuals, though. I mean, once again, it's really bland looking compared to High Wall of Lothric. Even compared to Cemetery of Ash, which was literally all gray. I think this one... I don't know, like, the way everything's so washed out and bright, and even areas that are supposed to be dark, like, there's rays of light coming in through the trees. That would be an amazing visual if the swamp was actually somewhat dark. At least on my screen, it's not very dark at all, but yeah, I mean... They sucked out all the color of this place, I have to say. Compared to areas like Darkroot Garden in Dark Souls 1, this area doesn't hold a candle to that. And it's kind of disappointing for a wooded, foresty area, because I really like forest areas in games, and I think this could have been a lot better than it ended up being. Otherwise, though, it's a perfectly fun area. It is also our first swamp of the game. Swamps are a staple of Dark Souls and Soulsborne in general. Literally every single, almost every game From Software has made since Dark Souls, or since Demon Souls, has had a swamp somewhere in it. It's really funny that they just keep bringing back swamps as a level trope, but yeah. And this isn't even the most infamous type of swamp in the game. We're not at that point yet. Alright, now, where to go first? Okay, to be completely honest with you, I think I'm gonna head this way first. I normally wouldn't recommend this, but I think there is actually something fun you can do over here, and I'd like to take on the challenge. By something fun, I meant something hard to do over here, so yeah. We've seen a couple new enemies down here. The hollows down here attack a little differently. They make different noises. They wield these wooden spears. They have different movesets. It's whatever, I guess. There's also these poison bugs that shouldn't be too threatening. Then there's these guys. They will attack if I walk any further, so I may as well get the jump on them. These guys are crucified, and they swing wildly, and they deal half my entire health bar of damage. I guess I should level Vigor. Makes sense, you know? Vigor is important. Jesus Christ. Perfect, okay. Vigor is important. It's actually, like, one of the best stats to level in this game. I guess I'll drink that. No reason not to. I'll stake you out. I like how these guys don't play the usual shing sound when you kill an enemy. That's a nice, satisfying way to show you've taken them down. Oh god, there's another one. I could Soul Arrow you, but also Soul Arrow takes forever to charge up. I guess, yeah, I can get a Soul Arrow off during that combo if I back up enough. It's like, I love to use sorceries more, but when enemies are this crazy and the areas are somewhat close quarters, it's hard to find room to cast spells against them. I think Elden Ring, it was a lot easier to cast spells against enemies because the areas in that game were much more open. Oh god. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Oh! That wasn't even close to the noises they were making. I mean, it was supposed to be, but yeah, it wasn't. You can see out there. That's a giant crab. That's a giant enemy crab. So yeah, we're gonna go the opposite direction from him first. Now, in all honesty, what's over here? You can see up ahead. That might be a familiar-looking enemy if you played Dark Souls 1. That is a Black Knight. I'm actually gonna ember myself up here, because this battle's rough. Before I take him on directly, I want to go to the side, because you can just run around and get him from behind, and I'd like to do that. Okay, that pot does break like normal. Good to know. Oh, he heard that. He turned over to where I broke it. It's fine, though. Enemies never actually, like... Or I don't think they walk up to, where you are when you make a noise. At least most of the time. At least enemies like this don't. Okay, we got the sellsword set. I want to say down here is the sellsword's dagger. No, wait. Okay, yeah, this is Farron Coal. So, the coals throughout the game you can find allow Andre the blacksmith to infuse new gems into weapons. So before this point, we actually could not, to allow the use of gems for heavy, sharp, and poison infusion. Yeah, before this point, we could not infuse any of those. I don't think. I don't know what we could have infused, but with this coal, we can give this to him and unlock those infusions, which is very nice. Will definitely help if I'm looking to infuse something. Okay, now here is what I was vaguely interested in. Alright, they do way less now. I can use them. They are paired curved swords. Yeah, they're really weak right now, but I've upgraded this twice, so that makes sense. And I want to say when you attack with them twice, you deal, like, 99 plus 14 twice in a row. You deal that damage twice. And they scale effectively with dexterity. So yeah, this is the weapon I was curious about using. That said, I don't think I'm going to use it on this guy just because, you know, the AR is lower. What I will do, though, is I do still have a human pine resin. I don't know how weak this guy is to dark. He probably is pretty weak, so let's use it. This is my last one, but it should be fine. Sneak up, sneak up, sneak up. And I'm going to go for a charge attack to open, because I do not really trust backstabs. I've had so many times in this game where backstabs have failed me. Okay, so one thing I should definitely get back into the mindset of is only hitting once in between dodges. Because there's sometimes where I keep going for like a second follow-up hit. Okay, that was not bad at all. That guy does a ton of damage if he hits, but thankfully he didn't hit me there. He can do some really, really fast attacks, but I guess I just got lucky and he never did. Wow, that was awesome, actually. I can't believe I did that. I took out the Black Knight. Just like first go right there. Sorry about the little bits of stuttering. This game likes to do that, I guess. Doesn't like being recorded that much. I get it. Anyway, yeah. Whenever you're like... Do you see me? Look at this guy. He's like looking at me from a distance. That's somewhat scary, honestly. Anyway. Whenever you're dodging an enemy a ton of times... Yeah, he did see me that whole time. Wow. It's usually best to only hit once at a time and then prepare to dodge again. Like that. Because sometimes there's been so many times where I go for a follow-up attack and then the enemy starts something real quick and then they don't stagger from my first attack. So, oh god, oh god, oh god. So I ended up just being hit by their attack when I could have easily avoided it had I only gotten one hit. There we go. That should, yeah, so that's kind of an example of this game having an early version of Elden Ring's stance break system. By hitting this crab enough, I was able to knock him down for a critical hit. I don't think every enemy does that, though, unlike Elden Ring, where every single enemy can be stance broken. I don't think that's how it works in this game. Could be wrong about that, though. Okay, Great Swamp Ring. That boosts pyromancies. I haven't been using pyromancy, so that doesn't have too great of an effect for me. Okay, now I'm actually going to equip... You have... Yeah, No, you don't. You have Spin Slash. That's pretty good, but I'd like to equip the other ones, or... Oh, shit, I forgot! Okay, never mind, abort. We'll go over that item later. I have an invader to deal with. Okay, because I'm embered. I embered myself up. I opened myself up to this invader. Yellowfinger Hazel! Casts a lot of spells, and shoots a crossbow. I don't think she has any other abilities. I mean, that like, staff there is also a weapon, I can tell. It's like this weird pickaxe thing that can cast spells. So she can definitely smack with it as well. I wouldn't be surprised anyway. I do not want to take this fight over into the deep water. Can we pull back a little bit, please, Hazel? Thank you. Look at that freaking hat she's wearing. It's ridiculous. I'm doing so much better at this than I was in my main channel playthrough, can I just say. She just kind of defeated me swiftly and deftly in my main channel playthrough. Here, though, I'm actually kind of putting the hurt on a lot. Kind of. Emphasis on kind of. Okay, oh, she's out of Estus. She only had 2. For some reason. You should have found more Estus shards. How come Hodrick had way more than you? I believe NPC invaders do disappear if the boss in the area is dead, so yeah, that's weird that he had more despite being earlier in the game. I guess this is intended to be the first invader you fight? I'm not really sure. Okay, Hazel, come on now. I didn't really want to roll there, but I just did, I guess because I pressed B out of instinct before, and the game thought I still wanted to roll when I didn't. Oh no, the crab's gonna join. The crab's gonna join the battle. That's awful. No. I don't want the crab to join. No, fuck you. These tiny crabs don't cause much pain, but they are annoying. God, no. I don't want, no. Away from the crab, Hazel. Away from the crab. We fight away from outside influence. No. Oh my god, no. No, this sucks. What? Hazel? Hazel's out of draw distance. No, I'm in the deep water. No. Deep water sucks. Get me out. Okay. Deep water slows down your dodges by a lot. Oh, this is freaking insane, isn't it? Come on, let's just... Fucking crab! Why did the crab have to be here? Why is Hazel hiding behind the crab? You're not supposed to be smart. Come on. Yes! Okay, that should give me Estus, please. That should give me Estus refills. Yes! Yestus! We also defeated Hazel. She will never reappear. Thank God. That was a lot more annoying than it should have been, but hey, we got through it in the end. Can I just say, these crabs are so loud. Like, I can barely hear myself think when I'm fighting one of them, and you can barely hear yourselves think. With their noise and my yapping together, we make the perfect team of noise chaos. Bam. Alright, I gotta readjust my headset. Okay, now that, like, every single threat within a 5-mile radius has been defeated, let us explore and pick up some items. Okay, so one thing I want to show with this deep water here. This slows you down tremendously when you're inside of it, and yeah, that's your dodges. Those suck. However, whether or not this is an oversight, I do not know. But what you want to do is find a weapon that has the skill, the quick step skill. This is the only one that I know of that I have. I know I can't use it effectively, but you can still use the skills of the weapons, even if you can't necessarily equip them or use them properly. What you can do with this, equip it in both hands, and then press the skill button. Look at that. The quick step dashes are not impeded by slow water at all. So you can just use that to step through them really quickly, like it was nothing. Very, very good to know. I'm actually going to keep that equipped. Does my... Oh, my... No, never mind. My equip load is fine. Flynn's ring is still helping. I guess Flynn's ring really is helping. I'm doing a lot of damage to things where I otherwise wouldn't be. Well, you know, it's just a difference of, like, 2 damage in the end, but still. I at least like to feel like my damage is being boosted by the equipment I have on. Feels better that way. Let's see. So I got a Pyromancy Tome. I got the Conjurator set. Yeah, this Pyromancy Tome, which I can give to Cornix to have him teach me new Pyromancies. I got the Pyromancer set from Dark Souls 1, which is known as the Conjurator set in this game. They redesigned the Pyromancer set for Dark Souls 3, and so that's why I had to specify it was from Dark Souls 1. Then I got the Grasscrest Shield, which is a pretty notably good shield in that if you have it on, it'll increase your stamina recovery. Same effect as the Chloranthy ring, basically. I killed all 3 of those guys in an instant like that. That was fun. Here's what these enemies do if you hang around them too long. They summon, or they spit out a cloud of poison gas. I've already been over what poison is like. If that meter builds up, I will be poisoned, which does really slow damage over time. It's not very much damage at all, really. It's only effective damage if your health is really low right now, but ideally, you built up your health quite a bit, so, before entering this area, so it's no problem for us. Twin Dragon Great Shield. Don't know if that has any special effect for equipping it. That is something shields do for you. Shields aren't just for defending or parrying or whatever you want to do with them. A lot of shields give special effects for equipping them, so, you know. You will want to read the detailed description of every shield you find to see what it can do for you. Okay, I knew you were gonna see me. Come on over here. Yeah, honestly, these dogs really aren't as bad as I thought they were. They're still not one of my favorite enemies in the game, but they're a lot more manageable than I thought they were in my YouTube playthrough, my main channel playthrough. I don't know why I keep saying YouTube playthrough, because this is also my YouTube playthrough. I'm gonna like this, but I'm not gonna rest at it, because I do not really want the giant crabs to respawn that quick. Let's see, so we have areas we can go over there. That's the starting area where we came down. Over here, there is this set of ruins, and I think this set of ruins is where I would like to go first. First of all, we have this place. Yeah, I guess I can approach it from this end. This area down here, the Crucifixion Woods, hello. Okay. I was going to explain stuff, but I guess not. I guess I don't have to explain stuff anymore. I don't have to worry about that. Because I have an excuse. Okay, there we go. Got him down. Now, if you think I'm out of Estus, can't heal at all, think again. That's right, I'm actually gonna think about the other healing items I have in this playthrough and start using those more. Because I remember there were so many times in my main channel playthrough I was like, I can't heal, when I could, because I had the item in my inventory and I could have used it, but I didn't. Anyway, yeah. This area, the Crucifixion Woods, this is where Dark Souls 3's level design kind of opens up, or Dark Souls 3's world kind of opens up, and you are given multiple choices on where you want to go. Though, you know, it's not as much choice as you might expect to get. Dark Souls 3 is a very, very linear game compared to all the previous ones, and compared to Elden Ring. What are you doing, my friend? Can I recommend putting down that stick and using your hands to climb up the ledge? Just a little thought from me to you, just a recommendation. You know, you don't have to do it. You don't have to follow my orders. It's just, you know, you don't have to do it my way. I'm just suggesting stuff. Use my suggestions as you will. Anyway, yeah, Dark Souls 3 is a lot more linear than the previous Dark Souls games. Especially Dark Souls 1 and especially Elden Ring, where you're kind of just, like, put through a linear string of areas throughout the whole game. Yeah, even Bloodborne, the game that came just before Dark Souls 3, was still a bit more open-ended in, like, what you could do next. This one, though, it's like, you do tend to take on the areas in a linear order, but there are occasional points where the game will split into two paths, and you can pick which path you want to do first. And this is the first instance of that in the game, so I just thought I'd highlight that real quick. Okay, I think I will rest at the bonfire. It's okay if we fight the crabs again. That's okay with you guys, right? Alright, so these ruins are where I would like to head first. This is all to say that we do actually have a choice on where to progress next. We could go in that direction, or we could go in this direction. These two directions branch off into their own separate things. So, yeah. I'm gonna choose to go Ruinsward first. Nice job. Just press B to win, press right bumper to win, the end. If I didn't run up to you, I probably could have gotten a backstab. That could have been fun. Now this. You know what I was saying earlier about the Mound Makers and how you can lay down a summon sign to have hosts willingly summon you in as an invader to fight them? This is one case of that, though it is offline, of course. This is a Mad Phantom. Will you still summon it? This is Holy Knight Hodrick placing down his summon sign in this area. I guess, why not? I'll take him up on the fight offer. But yeah, you are warned very clearly that you're summoning a Mad Phantom who will not help you, but rather try to kill you. I don't know why you would choose to summon them in, but I don't know, if you just want some extra chaos in your... That was the funniest thing. I'm gonna try him again. That did not go well at all. Yeah, I guess if you want to insert more chaos into your adventure, and if you want funny deaths like that to happen, then it's perfect, but... Apart from that, I do not understand why you would summon a Mad Phantom into your game at all. Alright, let's try this again. Nope, I actually want to. Nope. No, I want to. Thank you. Alright, I'll be prepared. Be prepared this time. Hey! 58 damage! That sucks. I did not know that attack had a follow-up. Good to know. Alright, I think fighting this guy kind of sucks, honestly. I think this is why I skipped over him in my main channel playthrough. This might be the only attempt I really give him. Just because, like, he has that damn shield that can parry you, and if he parries you, there's a chance he could, like, instant kill you from it, and I hate that. He also has, like, a million Estus from what I remember. I'm gonna play a little more aggressively. Yeah, see... How come enemies are able to punish your heals all the time, but I'm never able to punish anyone's heal? Ever. It's ridiculous. Okay. Nope. Not doing that. We're not doing that. You're one-handing. Oh, I hate how much Estus you have. Why do you have so much? Normally, NPCs don't have that much Estus because they have a lot more health than you do in their health bar. Ow. Fuck. Again. Okay. It's like, I have way less health than him, as you can see. I am, like, taking so much damage from him. Well, that sucks. Get away from there. Get away from there. Get away from there. Come this way. Come this way. Come on. Oh, no. His AI is going to tell him to stay over there. That's annoying. Yeah, his AI is telling him to stay over near the heal spot. Makes sense. I'm waiting for you to attack, honestly. Perfect. Not another one. I guess that can benefit me as well. Something died and gave me Estus, I think. Oh, the dodge roll! Oh, he's out. I'm scared of attacking him when he has his shield in hand. No. I shouldn't have done that. Now. No. Fuck. No, stop. No. No! Oh my... Man, my poor chair's right armrest has been, like, the target of all of these punches I do whenever I die in a really frustrating way like that. I'm so close, man! He just got a good 1-2 punch on me. Ridiculous. I disagree with that high amount of damage. I think I'm gonna skip fighting him this time. Oh! Hang on a second. I'm looking a little different. I'm looking a little, zombified now. Yeah, this is what happens when you reach 15 hollowing. You become hollow form, where, your flesh is dull and rotten and whatnot, and the Covenant you have equipped in the upper corner actually, like, turns all rotten looking. Pretty cool visual effect. I think I'm gonna skip fighting him this time. I could beat him, but nah. Nah, I'm good. I disagree with his damage. His damage is just too much. It's not fun. No thanks. Actually, on this note, I guess I can return back to Firelink Shrine, to the Bonshire, get a level up, talk to Yoel some more, because now that I have 15 Hollowing, I should be able to draw out all possible true strengths from him. So, let me first get the paid level ups out of the way. I guess I would like more vigor. Intelligence. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Then, I would like to upgrade... If I have enough Titanite shards, I don't know how many I have. Nope, wrong. I have 8. That should be enough to give the Sellsword Twin Blades a little bit of an upgrade so I can start using them. So these. Boom. And I can do a second one, and since my longsword is at +2, why not? And I can give him the Farron Coal as well.
Oh my. This coal is from the Undead Legion, used to forge the weapons of Farron's Abyss Watchers. A fine prize. I'm honored to be endued with it. Now I'll be equipped to infuse special gems. Praise the gods, eh? Time to put this brawn to use.
So yeah, I failed to read its description, but the Farron Coal comes from the Abyss Watchers of Farron Keep. So now we know where we can find one of our Lords of Cinder. And we've actually heard the locations of two of them, both Aldrich and Abyss Watchers. We now know where both of them are. Cathedral of the Deep for Watchers, or for Aldrich, and Farron Keep for Watchers. I will keep my eye out. Sorry, I tried to skip ahead of this thing without leveling anything up. Let's go with Vitality. So once again, I doubt I'm going to be able to do that, or I doubt I'm going to give Vitality that many levels in the future. Then I guess, I could go with Vitality again, but I never leveled it up that much, and as a result, I didn't get as good a use out of it in my main channel playthroughs, what I'm thinking of, so let's do Strength. Now I've got 30, so I should switch my Covenant icon. And with that...
You have attained ample strength. All will soon be clear, my good lord.
Sure, okay.
As I have
okay, that's all you say. You don't have anything new for sale? Then, I shall go. Be safe, our lord. He's calling me a lord now. I'm not sure how to think about that, really.
You haven't given up yet. Then you're a Brescia less than I thought. You can make better use of this.
Yay, heavy gem.
I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop.
So I think the heavy gem will, let's see. It's in here. Heavy gem, yes. So this is the sharp gem, but for strength. They scale effectively with strength. Since I'm not going for strength, I will not be using that. And now that I look like a rotting zombie, let me put on a new armor set so that it's a little less obvious that I am literally a rotting zombie. There we go. The cleric set. I'll keep my head exposed, because why not? Do I have any tiny helmet I can put on? Oh yeah, the Pyromancer crown. So I can actually have something on in my helmet slot, because having something on in an armor slot actually raises your base defense. Even though armor normally only increases, sorry. Well, normally only increases damage absorption. Your base defense, which is only affected by leveling up otherwise, is boosted by having armor on in any one of your 4 slots. So it's generally advised you have something on in all 4 slots to get the most out of your defense. That said, though, the base defense really doesn't do a lot. It's a lot easier to understand the absorption because, oh right, I'm trying to use a new weapon. All right, let me try to use this new weapon then. Wait, this isn't the weapon. This is not the weapon. 1 second. Back to longsword, and then I'll switch over to the new thing. Oh, fuck you too, all right? I'm dead. Cool. That's fine. I'm literally 2 steps away from the bonfire. It just sucks being killed by these guys, you know? They're slow-ass spears. But yes, if I were to take, to show this off, if I could take this off, yeah, I go down to 85. That's quite a big decrease in defense, honestly, so yeah. I have 10 more defense with this on, so that should help out quite a bit. Now, let me get revenge, oh revenge! I hate you. Then, let me... Oh, there was my HP gain from Pontiff's left eye. Nice, okay, so yeah, it doesn't take as many hits as I once thought to get that effect on. Okay, so I'm going to equip that weapon. Then I'm going to switch to this Covenant now that I have attained level 30. I've ranked up a little bit, if you will. Okay, so this is the Ruins. Let me use my new weapon here. So if I equip both of them in my hands, I should be able to press left bumper to, yes, swing both swords. With right bumper, I still only swing 1. It's still kind of fun. Oh, that's the strong attack. That's pretty cool. Then, these have spinning slash as a skill, right? Okay, okay. Now let's see how these do. Swing 1 at a time. Takes 3 hits to kill you. Cool. And dealt 80 damage per hit. Okay, you're a sorcerer with that spell. Cool. Wow. You're so impressive. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's fun. That's really fun. Someone screamed and awoke all the others. Okay. We might be in a little trouble. Oh, never mind. No, we're not. We are not in trouble. You see that? Oh my god! Oh, that's awesome! Oh my god, that's so good! You know what? Fuck sorceries. I think I found my new favorite weapon. So, I hear that these twin blades are genuinely, like, one of the best weapons, one of the strongest weapons in the whole game when you use that attack on them, because it's possible it is literally inflicting 118 plus 19 attack power of damage twice in a row with that two-hit thing there, and that two-hit attack is super fast. Alright, well, here's the point where Dark Souls 3 goes from right bumper to spam to left bumper spam. Alright, of course, I'm only kidding. I'm sure this weapon has its weaknesses. And then again, you never know. Might have no weaknesses at all. So there are 2 ways to enter. That's not what I meant. I meant to do this. There we go. God, it's so cool. I gotta start using the skill as well. So there are 2 ways to enter these ruins. I took that entrance, but you can enter from this direction and approach these ruins from another direction, which I think is really cool. I really like their Crucifixion Woods. They're very open. Can I reach the fucking Crystal Lizard? Oh my god. How is the Crystal Lizard not escaped from me by this point? Okay, there we go. Anyway, the Crucifixion Woods is quite a bit more open than the areas have been up until this point, and I really like that. Wow, you guys are having no chances whatsoever showing your attacks. These guys can cast projectiles at you, cast magic spell projectiles at you. Not that you can tell by how much they're being wrecked. And plunge! It's worth the fall damage. This is so fun, man. Oh, man. Once again, I'm hearing the footstep bug. I'll talk a little more about that later. Ah, yes, this is approaching the other path of choice we can take in the Crucifixion Woods. I'm not going to go too close to it because there are some fearsome foes guarding it. But you can get the Golden Falcon shield over here. I'm going to take a quick look at this, because I can't remember what special effects it had, if any. Ancient Brand of Seltzer, it's cool. Okay. It's just a cool-looking golden shield. Not that gold is the greatest metal to make shields out of at all. It really isn't. It's a horrible idea. Don't make shields out of gold. That sucks. It dropped down here. I like the... sorry, another hiccup. I don't know what's with my voice when I start recording for long enough. It hates talking for this long. I like the ambient noises down here. These are the same ambient noises that played in Dark Souls 1's Blighttown. And they play again down here. It's pretty cool. Warriors slumber ahead. Cool. Thanks for the info, mysterious god. I don't know who sent that to me, but I appreciate. More green blossoms, meh, not interested. There's a way to drop down into this lower passage down here from up above in the ruins. That said, I did not do that. Okay, well, we got one of these guys. Oh! I'm starting to see a little downside with using Auto HUD. That is that I can't tell how much health I have going into an encounter until I'm being hit, and then I'm almost dead. That said, though, like, I've been using it the whole playthrough. I wouldn't want to just change HUD styles partway through, and I do like the Auto HUD, mostly. It's just, you know, I actually need to remember how much health I had, and sometimes I don't really do that. There is something we'll be getting a lot later in the game that'll alleviate that. Okay, that was awesome. Sage Ring. That's actually pretty good for us right now. That will increase or decrease the cast time of sorceries. So I think I'll equip that because nothing is dealing fire damage to us right now. That's a Sorcerer Robe, so we're getting, like, so many different choices for fashion. I really like that. Oh, look who's on his way. Taking out your children. Doesn't that make you mad? Doesn't that make you mad? Oh my god, that is so fun. Stop targeting the small crab, game. Okay. See, it's not doing like a ton of damage to him right away. Oh, but it's adding up. Oh man, this thing hits hard. And I assume with an infusion, it could be even better. Okay, there's a critical hit. 124. I don't know what the math is on that. It's like, it's 258, right? No, it's 248. Is it 248? Is it, or, I don't know. Let me just focus on not dying here. Okay, that didn't really do much. I think I need to do that attack multiple times. That said, though, it's weird that that skill attack is doing less damage than the regular hits. Yeah, that's doing so much less damage than the regular hits. Why bother? Alright, there we go. I could finish him off with a critical hit, but that would take too much time. Okay, I am loving this weapon so far, and I hear that if you infuse it with raw or something, it becomes even better, so I might be doing that. In all honesty, might decide to go for that. Out of my way. Thank you. It's great against these guys. I don't know how great it's gonna be against, you know, more tankier enemies like that crab. Backstab? Backstab? Getting a backstab? Yes! For once, a backstab actually works for me in this game. It's rare. What's back here? Oh, a drop down ambush on that guy, like we need it. Oh shit. I don't know why I'm going for boring regular hits against you. How about can soul arrows go that far? Oh, well, we have someone else to deal with right away. And he has been dealt with, so now, can soul arrows go that far? Oh man, that Sage's Ring. Yeah, that's definitely a good increase. Unfortunately, no, they cannot go that far, so I'm gonna have to get a little closer. I believe around here, if you're Embered, you can summon in Egon, the Knight of Karim, who is looking after Irina of Karim, the Miracle Seller. You can summon him for help against these enemies, and whatever comes ahead. It's general rule of thumb that if you see an NPC summon sign somewhere, be very afraid. Either the upcoming area is riddled with tough enemies, or a boss is approaching. I guess not approaching, so, because the bosses don't move, you know what I mean. Oh my god. What was that sound I heard? I heard it's like someone apply a spell, I think? Wanna say? Oh, fuck, hyper armor, okay. There are some attacks enemies can do, and some attacks you can do as well, where if you get hit, or if you or the enemy gets hit during them, they will not stagger, and the attack will not be interrupted. And that is known as hyper armor. So, yeah, just keep that in mind going forwards. They usually, like, big, heavy swings from bigger, heavy weapons have hyper armor. So, like, if you do a huge swing with a large weapon, you will not be interrupted during the attack animation. And that's what's known as hyper armor frames. The frames of animation where you have this kind of, like, armor that protects you from being hit out of a stagger. Okay, now... I'm missing something, right? Yes, okay. This is the purpose of this dead end. It's not actually to drop down on that guy. It's so you can climb these stairs for something quite important indeed. Hi, Severus Snape. What brings you here?
Well, this is unexpected. I don't often have visitors. What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon. If you haven't any business, I've reading to get back to.
This is actually a really nice little study setup. You've got boxes with a board on top acting as a desk, and then you fashioned all those little symbol grave marker things into a chair, and then there's all your scrolls over there. This is really cool. I kind of like this little cubby area. There are enemies right below you, but you don't seem to mind.
How intriguing. Very well. Indeed, I am a sorcerer, with plenty to share. However, what champion demands service without recompense? Clearly, you are not that sort of woman. So you will make me a promise that in exchange for my teaching, you will bring me knowledge in the form of scrolls detailing sorcery's secrets. Well, can you assure me of this?
100%. I am an explorer. I can certainly find those scrolls.
Very well. You're no fool. I take it you understand the weight of a promise. I am Orbeck, of Vinheim, unkindled one. I shall teach you sorceries. We will learn together. It shall be like our very own school.
You don't seem very thrilled with the idea based on your voice there. Ooh, now that he's gone, I can destroy his setup! So, I thought I had them two-handed. There we go! I won't tell him if you won't. So, are there any items up here? These boxes have the wrong lighting applied to them. That's a very common issue in this game. Again, I feel like it's also very noticeable in the early areas, which makes me wonder, like, are the early areas the most rushed? Despite them you would think that early areas of the game are made earlier in development, but game development is weird. Anything can happen, really. Alright, here we go. And now we're in 45 minutes in, and now we've made it to the boss. This here's the Crystal Sage. I've had good luck against this boss. I've also had bad luck against this boss. We'll see what kind of luck we have. I only have 2 Estus for this attempt, so this might not go super well, but I at least have the Twin Blades on my side. Attacked her a bit there. She launches projectiles at you. Once you attack her, she'll start teleporting away, or it'll start teleporting away. I can't really tell which one it is, if any. Summons those crystals. I don't know what those are supposed to do. They don't do anything, and being inside of them doesn't hurt you. I don't get it at all. She's got melee swipes up close, and that's up close as well. That sucks. Yep, okay. That's about what I expected for a first attempt. Now, excuse me while I run past all the enemies to make my way back in here. I might even want to consider embering, but, you know. I don't know. I don't, like, want to get my maximum health super high. I want to prove that I can play this game without it. Well, I'm not sure I can play this game without it is the one thing, so, you know, maybe I'll have to level up health sooner than I want to, but I'll keep going with this vigor level. I think this should be fine. Honestly, I haven't been, like, ignoring vigor. I have it at 15 right now. Okay, here we go. So it is worth noting, that guy, Orbeck of Vinheim, will only say yes to you, will only agree to teach you sorceries if you have 10 intelligence or higher. Since I am a deprived, I start with 10 intelligence right away. So yeah, even as a deprived, you can always get him on your side no matter what. It's only if you... Can you stop? It's only if you, like, start as a knight and fail to level intelligence by now, that he'll refuse you. Or start as any other class that doesn't have super good intelligence. Okay. Where are you going next? Yeah, I don't know what these are supposed to do. Let me get this before I die. Because I can feel that I'm gonna die again here. That's just how this fight is, you know? Cool. See, I have no idea, like, how people do this so easily. I really don't, because, like, it feels like there's not much of a break in between her attacks. I don't know, maybe I just need to be more patient. That's kind of a problem with me and Soulsborne bosses. Not very patient when attacking them. I don't think that'll attack towards herself. There we go. Good, good, good. That was a lot of damage. If I can get, like, right up to her in an instant, and I can hide behind walls on the way to her, that'll make things a lot easier. It's just, like, you know, projectiles like that, I guess I can... Are you kidding me, dude? Oh, is this phase 2 time? Might be phase 2 time. That's why... Yes, it's phase 2 time. That's why she disappeared that quickly. Alright, Are you the real one? No, no you're not, no you're not, no you're not, no you're not. Okay, okay, I'm just gonna head straight over for the real one, which is the one with purple spells. It's a cool tell. Okay, 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 okay. I like this boss a lot. It's very cool, kind of puzzle-ish, kind of tricky. But I do feel like RNG plays a huge role in it as for where the clones and where the real one decide to spawn in the arena, because there's, like, the walls are not placed super evenly. So you could get totally screwed over by them spawning in the wrong spot. Ah, no, don't whack me. Hate that. No, stop. Ah, crap. Yeah, there I go again. I really don't like the melee attack that much. It comes out so fast. And you only have, like, a little bit of time to recognize she's doing it. But I know it's no problem for Souls vets. I'm just, you know, I'm not a Souls vet. I got into these games in 2022. Late 2022. Oh god, I think the dog's after me. That's not fun. I should probably Ember up for phase 2, just to give myself a health boost. That would be more fun. Yeah, damn, this is the longest video so far. Gosh, shut up. I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna be hit a little bit on my way in. That's fine with me. Stamina back. Fast you. Oh, wow, you've got that large projectile as well. If only I could cast that. Unfortunately, it seems you guys are way smarter than I am. Because you need a lot of intelligence to cast that. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it's like you need walls to deal with these effectively. And there were none right there, so I don't know what to do. Okay. Decent first cycle. I think like any spot but here is good for the real one spawn location. Okay, I kind of want to let those attack the wall. Okay, let that blow up, then I'll just go in for it. Yeah, okay. They're all launched by then. Cool. And it seems like when I'm really close to her, they even just miss me. Could be wrong about that, though. There you are. No, you are not whacking me. Yeah, it seems like if I could get enough hits on her, the spells just kind of disappear. Well, this is going really good. Well, so far. Not to jinx it, but, you know. Okay, let that explode. And are you just gonna fizzle away immediately? Yes, you are, but I'm gonna get some damage on before you do. Okay, phase 2 time. Let's go. I'm gonna try not embering. Just cause I want to see the satisfying Ember restored message after the boss. Where? Where the fuck? Oh crap! See, like the projectiles and their freaking dresses, I guess, just overwhelm you in an instant. I guess I should have gone for the clone first. It's just that, you know, I was in the middle of dodging, and I don't know if their attacks would come out in such a way that my dodges would fail to avoid them. See, like, on my main channel playthrough, I got really lucky with this fight, and now, here I am, just kind of sucking it up. And I feel like it's all because of luck. I just, you know, where they choose to spawn. I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with all this crap being shot at me at once. Clearly better than I have been, but, you know, that's not a helpful tip at all. Get good is not a helpful tip. No matter how much you might want to be writing it right now, that is not gonna tell me anything. That laser attack comes out instantly. Be wary of that. Okay, this should be good. This should be good. Yeah. You know, like, it feels like everything's pointing to getting up to the real one and attacking her as quickly as possible. But when I do that, I'm being shot at by, like, a million other things in Phase 2, so... I don't get it. I don't get this fight. I like this fight enough, but this is definitely one of my lesser favorite bosses from the game. Okay, walking around her helps a lot. I got her down to half. Okay. So walking around attacks can really freaking help. Today I've learned. See now, okay. This might just be a horrible place to run out to, out in the open like that. Ugh, okay, okay. Attack, 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 attack. This should shut off your clones as well. Yes, it is. Cool, cool. So yeah, if you can attack the real one, if you're really close to the real one and you can attack her, go for it, because then her clones will follow her. Ugh, those huge, like, crystal spears they're shooting, I hate that. Because they do a ton of damage. I hate it because they're effective attacks at killing me, which is the entire point of them attacking me. Okay, I shut off all the clones. Let's go for it. Oh no, you aren't disappearing, are you? No, no, no. Okay, okay, okay. I don't know where that came from, but sure. That hits, apparently. I'm just gonna drink Estus. I'm not risking this. Go for a clone. Kill her. Oh, this is the real one. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, see, I just got lucky there. I don't know. I don't know about this fight. I think its ideas are really, really good. I just think there's a little too much RNG involved. I know there's most definitely ways you can do it consistently. Because, you know, I'd say Dark Souls 3's bosses are pretty fair on the whole, but, you know, there's just some ways you could be totally screwed out of luck by RNG, and I don't love that. But hey, I still think it's a pretty decent boss. Now, over here is really funny because I guess they never expected you to come up over to this useless corner. Not only because there's no item here, but see that? There's a hole through that rock. You can see right through it. That's so funny. Anyway, with that done, I shall head back to Firelink Shrine, and I'm going to end this video sooner than later. I'm probably going to avoid talking to people that much. We will save that for the beginning of next time. And I do want to make preparations for this next area anyway, and so I think next time would be a much more fitting area to do that in. There's just a couple things I want to do. First is level up. I don't want to spend all my souls doing this in the process, though. Intelligence, 100%. So yeah, Orbeck of Vinheim is here in Firelink Shrine, but I think, as I mentioned before, I'm going to save talking to him for next time. In the meantime, what can I do? I can't. Oh, one thing I can do, I should have in here. Yes. Silver Crystal Sage. Twin Crystal Sages once served as spiritual guides for the scholars of the Grand Archives, and one went on to ally with the Undead Legion. Since we know the Undead Legion of Farron is nearby in that area, that's the Crystal Sage that item description is referring to. The one we just defeated. So, there's another Crystal Sage out there somewhere. I smell a boss reuse. Anyway, Silver Crystal Sage. I'm gonna go with this one because there's... Oh, I actually can use it. Fuck it. Yeah, let's go with it. Hell yeah, Crystal Hail. I'm finally gonna use spells in this game. Are you proud of me? Eventually, someday I'll use spells. It does take a while to build yourself up to that point. So after finishing drawing out 2 strength with Yoel and leaving, when you come back, he will be unconscious. And there will be a new face next to him.
Oh, prithee. Art thou good Yoel's master? I am Yuria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yoel's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
Yoel's soul. I like that.
Another matter. Thou a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
There have been so many people saying, "You are mine," to me. It's ringing hollow at this point, if you will. So, Yuria of Londor, she sells the same sorceries, except for this is new. Yeah, this is new, and this is interesting. I'm gonna want this. But yeah, it's mostly the same sorceries as, the rest of them are the same as Yoel had. But she sells some new stuff. For example, a Purging Stone. What you can do with this is if you use it, your hollowing will be reset to 0. Though, you will get it right back if you die again. There is a way to cure this hollowing curse forever, but we haven't gotten that far yet, so... you can use a Purging Stone to temporarily reset it back to 0 and retain your normal human form. Alternatively, you could not be able to afford this ring, barely, which you can put on to retain your human appearance while hollow, in exchange for one of your ring slots. I think I'll buy this. This is a Dark Braille Divine Tome, which can be used to learn Miracles of Londor from a storyteller. With that being said, you could give this to Irina. One thing is, bad stuff happens if you do, so I'd say don't. I'll still buy it anyway. There is someone else you can give it to, but we haven't met them yet, so yeah, there's that. Then there's a unique weapon she has. This is a fist weapon known as the Dark Hand. Attacks with dark damage, and has a special skill that allows you to steal the victim's HP. I think it's life steal, so like, you steal it from them and replenish your own missing health. Pretty cool. Can only be used against humans, though. Weirdly. It's a very strange limitation. Mercilessly saps the essence of its victims. Can also double as a special shield. That's right. Yeah, if you equip this in your left hand, you can guard with it to make a special shield. That's pretty cool. Then there is this Untrue White Ring. Take the appearance of a phantom. I will try to buy both of these rings as quickly as I can. I'll start with the Untrue Dark Ring, I think it was called.
Oh, good Hollow. I'm afraid I must say, Orbeck of Vinheim is a cause of much consternation. He proclaimed if left alone, he may one day imperil thy rule, fall to this matter yearly, else we are unraveled. Decisiveness is the mark of a true monarch.
Okay, I didn't know that about Orbeck. Interesting. Well, I'll probably discuss it with him later.
Till we meet, may the dark.
I made the Dark Sigil guide thee, So yeah, this begins a whole, little side quest chain you can do, which does culminate in a special ending you can get at the end of the game. Unfortunately for Yuria, I am not interested in going down her quest, so I think I'm just gonna buy this, and then, you know, just, like, not do much of anything else with them. There is a huge, long process you can follow, that takes you throughout the rest of the game to unlock a special ending, as I just said, but yeah, I'm personally not interested in going down that road, so yeah. That is gonna be where I stop in this quest line. I just wanted to show that, and I wanted to claim 5 free level ups, because why wouldn't I, you know? There we go, retain human appearance while hollow. We look a lot better. Now, before this video goes on any longer, I'm gonna end it here. Next time on Dark Souls 3, I think this will have cooler lighting. Yeah, a little cooler lighting. But this has the best shot. Yeah, okay, we'll stand here. So yeah, next time on Dark Souls 3, we're gonna make some preparations here at Firelink Shrine, including probably infusing a weapon. I do have a new gem. I think I got the crystal gem. Yes! Scales with intelligence. That would be perfect for what I want to do, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna infuse these twin blades with intelligence, perhaps? Unless something else looks better, but yeah. We'll see when the time comes. Anyway, then we're going to continue on past wherever the Crystal Sage's little room there leads to. Possibly the Cathedral of the Deep. We'll have to find out. Thank you all for watching, if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.